it's Duan and
Craig.
And
Doug.
And for this vlog, we are going to answer a bunch of relationship questions about us and just relationship questions in general. I know there's so many questions. So I posted it on my Instagram story, like if you had any questions to send them in, and we got a lot. I'm excited. So, shall we begin? We shall begin.
One thing you love about each other's routine. I love and respect that Duan really takes care of her skin every night, every day.
You really like that? You really noticed that I did that?
Hmm?
Oh, that Craig has been so good about going to the gym. He's been going every other day and his squat game is so strong right now.
How long have you guys been together?
We've been together for 8 years.
We've been sleeping together for 8 years. First impression of each other. Your butt.
This is also when I was like 21, partying way too much. I was definitely like 15 pounds heavier than I am now. And I definitely had a booty to go with it. So I totally believe you that you stared at my butt. First impressions was that you were really quiet. But once we started talking and texting, I really loved his sense of humor. And we were just both very like sarcastic and hilarious with each other.
One thing they do that annoys you the most.
Oh my God, rubs his eyes. Craig rubs his eyes like nobody's business and it literally makes noises, squishy noises. Like you can hear him squishing around his eyeball. It's nasty. I hate it.
Duan's a troll. She's literally like my own personal troll that just follows me around.
How long did you guys date before moving in together? We dated for almost 2 years. I was living in an apartment in Los Angeles and Craig was actually still living at home. He was going to college. It was just the next step. Not necessarily in a relationship, but in our lives to start a life somewhere new.
I think we were both at a point in our lives where we were about to make a change. And it was like, well, do we either...
They were more like mediocre changes.
Yeah.
And this one was like really challenging ourselves and our relationship because not only did we just move somewhere together, but we moved across the country and in with each other. I mean, we had such a strong relationship that even if we did it maybe like 8 months into our relationship, we probably would have made it work. But it was also nice that we were dating for like a couple years before we did this.
Yeah.
And now we've been in New York City for 5.5 years, which is crazy.
Yeah. How did I feel in the few minutes leading up to proposing to Duan? It was definitely nerve-wracking because it didn't go according to plan whatsoever. My original plan was we went out to California to go to her uncle's wedding, and then Yosemite closed because of the fires. And I was gonna propose at Glacier Point with my sister there for like taking video.
Oh yeah, that's what she was gonna
photos. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And her cousins and her family there so that they could, take photos and videos and all that. And just nothing worked out. So we had to just kind of wing it with our vacation time together. And I was being really, really ambiguous about what I wanted to do. Because at that point, I kind of just wanted to let Duan do whatever she wanted to do, and I was just going to figure it out. So that definitely added to the anxiety leading up to the moment. But once we were there, if you've seen the video, like once we were actually in the setting, I was totally 100% ready. At that point, I kind of wanted to rush to just do it. And I was also really anxious carrying around by far the most expensive thing I've ever purchased in my life. And I just wanted to give it to her. So the short answer to that question is anxious.
Why did Craig choose now to propose? Had you guys been talking about getting married soon?
I think the first time we talked about getting married, maybe not seriously, but the first time we talked about it was right after my 21st birthday. So like a year after we started dating. We were both really drunk. And we just talked about getting married.
So we've kind of known for a while. I think it's not necessarily known we were gonna get married to each other, but I think knew that we saw each other in each other's futures for the long run since pretty much the beginning. I think it just goes back to how we started. We started as friends and texted, basically talked every single day and really got to know each other and we're there for each other. I also lost my dad within a year of us dating.
Just about.
And then my grandma, so we were going through crazy hardships. showed that as a couple we were able to get through a lot. And then I like really loved him because he was wonderful through that all and was very supportive and tried as much as he could to be there for me. I don't know, I think it was just the progression of our relationship was just very natural.
Do you believe that being apart can be good for a relationship, and why?
Oh my God, 100%.
But not for too long. Gets sad.
Craig had to be flown out for training for his work. He was gone for like a month. And honestly, it was amazing. It was amazing because Craig and I live together. So we are just in a small space. We are used to each other every single day, and we're lucky that he works every single day. I freelance, so we have very different schedules. I'm usually home or in and out of the house all the time, and Craig is like out of the house completely. So he has his life, I have my life, and we are like together at night for dinner and whatever. But when we were completely separate, I feel like our relationship was golden. It gave us time to miss each other, and that's wonderful considering we do live with each other.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you see yourselves being able to stay in New York City if you decide to start a family? It's really hard because we honestly don't know yet.
We talk about it a lot.
We talk about it a lot. Both of our families are in California.
Entirely. We have no family on the East Coast whatsoever.
It's just us. It's
and Duan's family is really small at this point. So it's difficult for me to see that and to see what she's gone through and say like, no, I want to stay here. I want to raise a family here, because you kind of need family when you start your own to help you through it.
But we do love New York City, and it's very special here for us. And I feel like our careers too, and work-wise, we've been more successful here than in Los Angeles, both of us. And we've grown a lot here, and we just love it here. It's hard.
It is hard.
Do you ever get annoyed with each other's little habits and things? Well, we already answered like what annoys us.
Yeah. So I think it's important to remember not to get into arguments when because of little annoyances. It's just not worth it. We're both really stubborn, like super stubborn.
When we get in arguments, yeah.
No, just in general. We're both very stubborn people. So when we get into arguments, I kind of always push for like, okay, well, let's come to like a rational conclusion to this.
Also, I feel like we just have a lot of respect for each other. So even when we have arguments, we're never like cursing at each other. God forbid, like throwing things at each other or like, you know, anything. It's never ever been anything close to that, which is amazing.
Angry, obviously,
we get angry, but we still have that like respect for each other. And so we always end up coming to like an agreement or like see each other's points or
just apologize.
Always. And I think that's really important.
Dana from New York asked, who wears the pants in your relationship? I'm interested to hear what you say. Well, Dana, we both wear the pants in different scenarios.
It would be interesting to hear like what our friends say, but I don't think either of us wears the pants.
I mean, I would have to say that you, in a decent amount of situations, rely on me. So you're kind of giving me the pants in a lot of situations.
What do you mean rely on you?
Duan can be very undecisive.
Like I don't ever know what I want to eat. But at the same time, I'm the one that always comes up with ideas. Like, I want to go to the Brooklyn Botanic Garden today. So we go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. No,
we
neither
share
of
the
us.
pants. Yeah, we're each in one leg.
Okay.
Thanks for the question, Dan.
How old are you guys? I'm 30 and Craig is 28. Does that mean I'm a cougar? Yes, it does. Has being engaged changed anything in your relationship?
We're nicer to each other.
We are. Okay, so the weekend that we got engaged, we were so nice to each other. But I think it's back to normal now.
Oh, what's your favorite date or activity together? I love dinner dates.
I love dinner dates too. And I love ones where you guys have decided that it's gonna be a dinner date. Like me putting on like a little dress and some red lipstick. And I'm just like, I'm going on a little date. I love that, because then it's like all of a sudden it's just like way more sexy. What we used to do, and we don't do it anymore, we would put like...
We saved specifically for dinner dates.
Yeah, we would just like put like a few monies to the side, specifically in an envelope for a dinner date, and then like once or twice a month, or once every 2 weeks, we'd go on like a nice little dinner date with each other. And yeah, I love that. That's wonderful.
We should start doing that again.
Yeah, we should start doing that again.
I like this one. Is there anything about the other person that stands out as their most obvious trait?
That you're very intelligent.
Duan's very driven.
Smart, strong guy. This one.
Just because I'm better at words.
Yeah, I don't know anything. Do you believe in long distance relationships? 100%. I mean, like,
Yeah,
of course. If you guys are in a good, strong relationship and you trust each other and respect each other, then why wouldn't you make it work? Like, we talked about this randomly the other day. Like, if you were to get a job in, like, I don't know, Texas, and you had to move there, or you had to go out there, like, I don't know, all the
for
time.
3/4 of the month.
We would totally make it work, because why wouldn't we make it work?
Yeah,
like, I love him, and I trust him, and I respect him, and if that's what he wants to do, like, if this is an amazing opportunity for him, then, like, of course, I would be like, do it. We wouldn't hold each other back from opportunities and, like, living life and learning about ourselves, because there's, like, that's lifelong. There's always going to be things that come up. So I think when you're in a relationship, if you really want to make it work or be with that person, then you, I don't know, stick by their side and be like their biggest cheerleader.
That also goes back to the spending time apart question. Like, if you have the ability to spend time apart, then you should.
It makes your relationship really strong. Yeah. Was your mom immediately accepting of Craig? Yeah.
Yeah, but Mama Cookie is a very accepting person.
I know.
And unfortunately, I was only able to meet your dad, 2 or 3 times before he passed away. And that makes me sad because luckily there are other men in your life, like your uncles, that approve
are
of
amazing.
me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the upsetting thing, is that I wasn't able to foster any sort of relationship with your dad before he left.
But the thing is, because I know we're in such a healthy relationship and we really truly love each other, that I know that he's happy.
Yeah.
And, like, loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main thing for a healthy relationship, or what's worked the most for us, being 8 years in, which is and through our 20s,
we've grown together.
But, like, we have a mutual blanket of respect for each other. Like, I just really respect you and I love you and I want to see you do well in life and I want you to, like, just succeed in everything that you want to do. And I just want to help you out. But just, like, being, like, support team for them, and because
being supportive is really
because then what is that doing? That's just, you guys are just, like, for the time in your life that you guys are there for each other, if it lasts your lifetime or if it just lasts, like, for a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, at least in that moment you've really, like, helped each other.
It sounds really weird to say, but I think that the hardships that obviously mostly you have endured, but also myself, throughout our relationship has helped us stay together. It's weird to say, but if those things hadn't happened, who knows, we might not have lasted at all. And that, I think those hardships have really
made us stronger.
Yeah, and allowed us to see one another, in a really vulnerable state, and be there for one another. I think it's really important to understand that you may find that one person that you're going to spend a very, very large part of your life with. And if it doesn't end up working out, and you know that, you've put in all the effort you possibly can and it doesn't work out, then that's okay.
Then you just
learn and
you grow and you learn more about yourself, and that person's out there. When we met each other, I wasn't looking, at least. And, like, look where I am. Engaged. I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog and us talking and got some insight. I love you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye. Say bye. Say bye.